Yes, hi everybody. Thank you for joining us this afternoon once again. We are having our beautiful, amazing Robin Melse joining us this afternoon, and she's going to talk to us about her business. And yes, so I'm trying to add her, and it seems like yes. Hi, Robin. I send you the invitation. I'm not sure if you're getting the link or not. Supposed to click accept on the link. So anyway, while we waiting,
Hi.
hi.
I was trying to set everything up on my computer, but it wouldn't work. I don't know why.
No, because you need to use the phone or the iPad. I was like, oh my gosh, what's happening? Okay, so thank you for being with us this afternoon.
Thank you for having me.
I'm super excited and super grateful to have you this afternoon. So, yeah. So we're gonna learn about you, right? What you've been doing for the past couple of years.
Ooh.
And my favorite topic, of course, that I can't wait to hear about is you flying. That's all I'm interested about. So,
Oh,
without further ado, can you kind of like let us know what you're doing? Tell us more about yourself.
okay. My name is Robine Melse, and I am a mother. I like to say that. And give me a second, please. Hey, hey, hey. Listen to me. I'm muted. Sorry. I'm sorry. I was trying to, the boys are here watching TV. Yes, I am a mother. I am a military for the U.S. Air Force, and I am a full-time student. And not but
Kudos.
last, last but not least, I am an entrepreneur and CEO of Kalina's Boutique.
Awesome. So, okay, you mentioned different things, your mom, you get that, jungling, doing multiple things at once.
Yeah.
And what inspired you? Like I said, I'm so focused on you flying. That's all I'm interested about. But we also gonna talk about everything else. How did you make up your mind that you wanted to join the Air Force? And I mean, first you wanted to join the forces, and then you wanted to fly. That's my first question, honestly. You
Actually, I don't fly.
do not fly?
I
Girl,
don't.
my next question was like, when are we meeting?
That's one of. I'm busy over here. I'm sorry. Yes, that's one of the things that I think people they misunderstand. Once they said that you join the Air Force, they
Yeah,
think that I, but I don't, because the Air Force is like every other branch of the military,
okay,
where you have different jobs, and my
got
job
it.
in the military is a medic. So I would say it's the equivalent of an airman.
Really?
This is what I do. So in the air,
Wow.
yes. But
Well,
it's
I'm
when you join, there are multiple jobs. You get offered a job, and then later on, if you want, you can, if you want to fly, there's a process, and then you can, take that route. But for now, I don't do that.
this is my disappointing face right now.
So sorry.
Obviously, I'm very clueless of what's happening in the forces, but you just kill all my excitement. Everything is gone. When are you joining that other phase so we can fly?
Actually, I'm thinking about it. It's like I'm gonna be flying not as a pilot, but still as
Okay.
a medic. Still as a medic. But
Okay.
for every job, you have to get the proper training for that, and then you will be able to do it. But I'm thinking about it. Actually, I already have the conversation with my superior,
Awesome.
so I hope it happens soon.
Get a friend. I'll get a friend. I'll be my friend so we can make it happen.
Okay, and actually, the reason why I decided to join, when I first came to the States, it's like first thing I did, I started school. But because it was just like for me, as an immigrant, that was a regular route. That was the normal thing to do. And since in the States, it's like if you come here, you have to start over. So that's
Somewhere.
I got here on a Sunday, and on Monday I was already, registered in school. And then after that, I was like, let me try to, to see what I can get more from the system,
Hmm.
what I can give in return, because this is how it is. And
Yeah.
then I wanted as well to get out of my comfort zone. And then I was like, you know what? Let me try something, get a little bit of adventure. And then I was like, okay, let me try which branch I could join. And then I reached out to some friends who were already in the military, and then
Yeah.
I did my little research, and then I realized that I like the Air Force. And then I'm like, okay, let me join. I like the discipline and like the whole training. So, and I'm like, raising like a child in the United States as well, I think all of
Mhm.
this experience will help
Yeah.
me, provide that the necessary assistance for my son.
That's very important,
Yes.
basically.
But
It's just like me, I turn
I
around and I'm like surrounded by armies, like veterans. I'm like, what, when this happened? Like, anyway. So, very grateful for you. Thank you for your services. Take a lot raising kids and doing all of this at the same time. So,
yes.
kudos to you. And now, when it comes to your business, you also started a business, which I find out like recently, and I'm like super excited for you about this. So, where this idea came from? Because you could have done million other different things. Like, why you choose to do this, basically.
Um, in fact, I never knew that I would be doing that. But there's one thing I always say is I always say, Lord, I would like to get a business, something that I am passionate about. And I would like to be a public figure, but I don't want to be involved with politics. That's what I always said. And then I remember when my very first years of school, that's where I learned how to crochet. And then
Mm-hmm.
it was just something that was for me, I would say that was therapeutic. It's like whenever if I'm in a bad mood, I would still try to crochet. And I think after when I started working, I tried to make some hair accessories. And then my sister at this time, she was in her senior year of high school. And then, I said, okay, you're going to sell them. And at this time, it was like 25 goods. And then I told her for each hair accessory, you will get like 5 goods. And then one day she's like, oh, I sold 4, but I needed something for school and I used the money. I'm like, you know what? Forget about it. And then I remember that was in 2012, exactly on October, and
Yeah.
I used to live with my in-laws, and then my father-in-law was the one, who really encouraged me. He inspired me, like to say, he was like, why don't you try to do something, you know, that you can make money from it, because I see that you make some nice little pieces. And then I was like
Yeah.
interested. And then one day I was like, you know what, let me give it a shot. And then I
Yeah.
tried. I had some bracelets. I turned them into earrings. And then one day I went to work. We were supposed to have the staff meeting. And then I told my co-workers, I have something to show you. And then I showed them my jewelries. And then they were
Yeah.
like, that's nice and stuff like that. And then it took off from there, you know, with highs and lows.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah.
that's how it all started.
Awesome. That's
Yes,
beautiful.
yes. What I, yes, business class, business classes.
This is crazy. Oh my goodness. Okay, so how did you pick the name for the company? Because
Actually,
it's like a very kind of like,
um,
special, unusual name.
Kalinus Boutique, Kalinus, actually, I wanted to get into business a long time ago because Kalinus, one of my friends, she came from the States and then she was selling bags. I was like, let me try to
Hmm.
buy them from you and I will resell them. And then I was
Okay.
let me try to create a Facebook page. And at this time, that was a nickname, the Care Bear, like the Nunus. But in French,
Mm-hmm.
it's Kalinu. Then I was like, let
Got it.
me translate it in Creole. So that's why I said Kalinu.
Okay.
So I translated it in Creole, and then I added like boutique in Creole as well. So it's just a
Yeah.
Care Bear, something, you know. Yeah,
Cuddling.
exactly.
Snuggling.
That's how I
Awesome.
but I couldn't handle that bags business as either because I was like I don't think that I can sell, and I ended up using the bags. I gave them away. So and then when I started and then I went
Oh my God.
to work, you know. I
I
even
don't think
gave
I'll be able to sell any bags ever because I'll be like, I think I should try this. I think I need to get this. I think I should get this. Definitely get this.
at the end of the day, I think that the jewelry was that was really works for me because I'm
Mm-hmm.
a shy person, and it's like it's hard for me like to introduce myself to people, you know. And then but when I wear my earrings and somebody said, oh, you like I like your earrings, and I can say, oh, I make them. So and we can start a conversation from there, you know. So
Yeah,
yeah.
that's great. And I've seen that you were posting that you guys gonna celebrate your 10 years anniversary. So you wanna tell us more about this and what's the plan, what's happening,
Ooh.
where we meeting?
Oh yes, and this year we're gonna celebrate it big. It's gonna be a big celebration because the venue where the event will take place, it can hold up to 150 people. Hopefully, I can get all these people to celebrate with me, and it's gonna be on October 28th. The name of the venue is the Grand Loft in Elizabeth, New Jersey. And you know, I'm gonna have a DJ, I'm gonna have a band to perform, and I'm I am
Oh,
shy.
Ben.
Like I said, I don't look shy. I am.
Okay, so we have a comment that I have to read real quick because I didn't know that about you either. The comment says, "You don't look shy, Rob. You look so extrovert." What is that
I, I
like?
I always say that I am an introvert, but you know, sometimes I said that I get myself into character. You know, just it's like I'm on a mission. It's like I get myself into character, I do what I have to do, and then okay. Or if I get comfortable enough, buddy, you can see that kind, you know, I extra, but I am very shy. And
That's awesome.
yeah, yeah, it's gonna be a big celebration. I'm launching a new collection as well, and it's extravaganza. And that piece that I'm
Ooh.
wearing is gonna be one of them. It's one of the models that's gonna be available. So,
This
uh,
is very pretty.
you. Thank you.
Okay, so next question. Would you mind share with us some of the challenges that you encounter at the beginning of your journey, if you don't mind?
Oh, sure. I think one of the very first thing is when like people don't take you too seriously. It's like they know you. Who are you? It's really hard for you to try to build like clientele or to make a name
Mhm.
for yourself. So it's really not easy. And another thing as well, it's like when you just start as well, is you the material and wait for 80, it's not easy. You kind of, there's a like certain limit. You cannot extend your creativity. So I think that was one point as well, because when I came to the States, it's easy for me like to create because I can get everything that I need. You can see something, you get it, but in Haiti, you have to work with what you have. So it was really, really very difficult for me to do that. And also, the I would say like the regular challenges, like you have family and you
Yeah.
study. So all of these it was really, that's the most, I would say, like the difficult like challenges that I had to face. But after that,
Thanks for
when you are passionate about what you do, it's like certain things you don't feel like it's a sacrifice. Whatever you do, it's like you enjoy it and you grow up.
so happy for you.
Thank you.
Um, so you've been in business for 10 years, so obviously you had to deal with the pandemic.
Yeah.
So how this affected you guys?
Ah, during the pandemic, I did not, how can I say that? At the very beginning, I was in tech school. That's when I joined. I think it happened, the pandemic started when I was in tech school, like with my military
Okay.
training. So at this time, it's like I put Cat Boutique on hold. So when I got
Mm-hmm.
home, so I was like, I need to get back. And then I was like, let me try, to rebuild the brand. And that was in December of 2020. I tried to, know, I organized a small event in my
Yeah.
living room. I invited some close friends, and thankfully some people they attended. But unfortunately, 2 months later, I injured my shoulder. So I
Okay.
had a surgery, so I was not be able to
Mm-hmm.
work. So that phase was kind of challenging. It was hard for me because I really wanted. It's like I don't see myself not doing it. So it was kind of hard for me. But after that, the fact that I have physical like and I sell online, it's like
Mm-hmm.
people they still order for me. Sometimes it
Got
gets
it.
it got slow, but last year I was able to really get back into the game for real. That
Yeah.
was last year. That was in August. Yes, on August, I I I hosted an event, and then I got back into business again. And since there, it never stops. Sometimes, I'm not very active on social media, but I sell a lot privately. People reach out to me, personally, and then this is how I sell. They still wear them, and what I like as well is that there's a lot of men who buy my jewelry, but they
Oh.
always say it's for their mother, or my mom's gonna like
Mhm.
that. It's never for their partner, but it's yeah.
Thank you so much. All of this, I love all I'm hearing. I love it. Next question. Oh, somebody's waiting for you to move to Florida, by
Yeah,
the way.
I'm coming. Actually, I'm gonna be in Florida tomorrow.
So, what would you say your biggest accomplishment is to date?
Oh my goodness. Actually, I feel like it's like having people like knowing Kalino's boutique, because it took so much to build a brand. It took so much. Sometimes people don't take you seriously, even though
I
you
know.
you want to ask for like a sponsor, you need a sponsor.
Yeah,
They don't take you seriously, especially if you say that you do, oh, I crochet, I make handmade jewelries. They think it's
yeah.
you're making some basic stuff, until you show them a picture. Sometimes it's really hard. For me, having like the name today, Karina's Boutique, and seeing people that I just invite to my event and they were like, okay, I'm gonna attend because they know Karina's Boutique. That's my pride. Yeah.
Oh,
And also important thing is like seeing my boys. It's like they want to learn what I do. They look up to me. I'm like, okay, they may not have to do exactly what I do, but they know that they can, be an entrepreneur.
yes.
They don't really have to
They
go
have
for
options.
route. It's like you go to school and then you work your whole life. You can do something different.
Exactly. And
Yeah.
you take like pride and fun doing it too.
Yeah.
So, starting from that, what's the biggest compliment you ever received?
The biggest complaint.
Compliment.
The biggest
You
complaint.
said.
Oh, I remember it was in 2020, 2013. I used to work for Croix Rouge Canadienne, Canadian Red Cross. And then one of the expats, I, showed her my jewelry. And then she didn't buy it from me. I was like, okay, but most of the girls in the office, they ordered from me. And then one day she said, somebody told her that I handmade them. And she was like,
Oh,
no way. I didn't buy from you because I thought that it was something you just bought somewhere else and then you resell it.
wow.
I'm like, no. So I appreciate it. I'll take it as a compliment because it was well done, the final product. So
Exactly.
that's one thing that I care about. It's the quality of what I sell. I really,
That's
really,
very
yeah.
amazing.
So it
Yeah.
stays with me.
Yeah, it take a lot of work and that's beautiful, I think. Like you
Yeah.
literally and made every single pieces. Wow.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
didn't even know that myself. I think I'm super proud of you right now.
Thank you very much.
So, what is something that people tend to misunderstand about yourself or your business?
Um, what they misunderstand. I mean, it's just what I mentioned earlier. When you say that you crochet, you make handmade
Yeah.
jewelry, because sometimes I take the time, I, do my research, I try to compare what I do. And honestly, I don't know. I don't try to replicate other people's work. Everything
Mm-hmm.
from my creativity, my brain. And people think, as I said, it's just like some basic stuff. It's like they
Mm.
take it seriously. That's one thing they don't understand, very well. Or I don't know why
All
they
the work that you put into it
exactly. And one thing
and
people
the time.
the fact that especially when you go somewhere, you go to a fair, and somebody asks you how much is this, and then you say, oh, it's $15. It's like it's burning them. They'll be like, "Ugh." it's it's like it's too expensive. The fact that you hand make them, they think that it should be cheap or it's too expensive,
No,
but
but
they
you have to buy
know.
the material and then you put time in it. It's
I'm
time consuming.
it
And you
takes
have to draw the design and everything.
exactly. So they don't know. It really takes time, and especially the final touch. I have to, let them dry under the sun. It's a long
Wow.
process.
Wow. Oh
Yes.
my gosh, now that make me appreciate so much more what you're doing.
Thank you.
Because I don't know what I was thinking. I really never thought like take time and really think that you were actually handmaking these. Oh my gosh, now I need to get some.
Uh,
Okay. So,
thank you. And one thing about my jewelry, you can wash them because, of course, we wear makeup, and then the powder, getting in the way. So you can wash them, and then they will
wow.
exactly yes, and you have them for years.
Oh my God, this
Yeah.
is super creative right now.
Thank you.
Okay, so now it's one of my favorite questions to ask, right? If you could turn back and talk to your 18-year-old self, what would you tell her?
Ah, I would say that to accept my flaws. That um I can it can never be perfect because that's one thing I think that hold me back. It holds me back because sometimes I don't compare myself to people, but sometimes when I see some people when they accept their flaws and then they're doing a live, they're so comfortable, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I wish I were like that because everything has to be perfect. That's why I don't like to go live. I like to record video and then edit them over and over. The smallest like imperfection, and all of these holds you back, and
Yeah.
that's one thing. If I were to go back to my younger self, that I would say, but I need to take that into account right now.
Listen, what I can tell you is nothing is ever perfect. You know what you see on the outside, but you don't know what's going on inside. I
Yeah.
often hear people say, like, "Oh my gosh, like, you you did so great." And I'm like, "Oh, you think so?" I was dying. If you could see my hands, they were literally shaking. Like, or English is not my first language, so I'm always focusing. Like, am I saying this right? Does this sound right? Was
Oh
that
my.
the right grammar? But
I
I always encourage people, once it's in you and you feel like you're called to do it, just go for it. You'll fix stuff as you go and you will learn as you go.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
the shyest person on earth, and a lot of people tell me, like, I could never tell. Listen, I die inside. I die. I just like breathe and die inside.
now you feel
Or I smile. You can never go wrong with smiling.
that's true. That's true.
All right, Robin. So, where do you see yourself in a couple of years?
Oh, in a couple of years. Actually, as I was driving home today, and then I saw like a store, they said a store for rent. I'm like, oh my God, one day that's what I'm gonna be doing because I would like to have like a physical store, Yeah. And hopefully in a couple of years I will be able, to achieve that. That's my goal.
Oh, we'll be following you. We're waiting.
Yeah,
Like, listen,
thank you.
we come here. We do all that live in the store, inside of the store. We're
Yes,
claiming it. We're
thank
claiming the store. Okay, so what advice would you give to anybody who's watching right now and will like, as you did, start a business or go into some adventures? Like, what advice would you give them?
Okay, and speaking of challenges earlier, one of the things that I think it was challenging for me is the fact that Haitian parents, it's like
Um,
they don't take pride with this kind of stuff, but I would say
Never
was
satisfied.
it was my dad because he was like, comment fait ça au Binafé? Why doesn't she invest her money in, other stuff? But he would always complain to my mom, not to me. But my mom was always a great supporter. And then I felt like I was always trying to prove him wrong, And I realized sometimes you should just do what you love. You won't have to please like your parents all the time, And that's one of the challenge that I have to face. And until now, it's like recently I was like, I hope my dad can make it to my event so he can see this. And I'm like, you know what? I don't care. I'm like,
I think it's something, especially like with us Haitian, the way we grew up. I don't know. It's like you're not the only one. Like I'm actually really dealing with the same thing. And a bunch of other people I talk to is like, you can never satisfy your Haitian parents. It's like, oh my gosh. I
Right?
think I can be like, I don't know, president or something. Something is always gonna be missing. It's
Yeah,
just so much stress to deal with. I'm telling
yeah.
you.
And
Never satisfied.
one thing that I will say, first of all, is to have a plan. Believe in yourself no matter what people say. It's like you believe it.
Exactly.
That's your religion. You know what I mean? You believe in it no matter what they say, and nothing can, can take that idea, from you. And also don't compare yourself with others
Yeah,
because
exactly.
you may be 10 years in business. For me, there were like ups and lows. I had to pack up my stuff from my whole life in Haiti and then to come here. You have to start over. Sometimes you don't have the right mindset to create. All of these can hold you back. And then somebody who's just 1 year in business can just go and make it big. But we don't have the same backup system, everything. So you compare yourself. But you should be open-minded, be able to see what's trending right now from the younger generation. What works for them. Can I learn from them? Because I see
Yeah.
what works better. You should really be like open-minded. And what can I say? Take it one day at a time. One day at a time.
That's
That's
all we can do.
yes, yes.
And for anybody who's watching, right, and anybody who wants to see your product, buy them after this, where can they find you? Where can they reach out? If they ask questions, even about the event coming, right, soon. Where
Yes.
can they buy the ticket? I know you said Eventbrite or something like that.
Yeah, the name of the event is Extravaganza. Actually, Extravaganza, that was the name of my very first pair of earrings.
Wow.
Like, yeah,
Wow.
gonna event like the same. And also my last collection is Extravaganza as well. So you can look it up on Eventbrite and you will get the ticket. It's only $50. You will get food, free champagne, music,
DJs, right?
DJ. I'm telling you, it's gonna be extra because I'm extra. But
Extra bangs. Oh my gosh. It was, and also I think you on Facebook, Instagram.
yeah, it's Kalinus Boutique, but for my website, it's mykalinusboutique.com. Actually, it's that website, I created it, but I have a professional webmaster working on a new one that will be available, very well presented because I do care about that. And so the new website is gonna be available the day of my event. But for now, they can get some of my product on mykalinusboutique.com.
Awesome. It was such a pleasure having you today. Let me see if you guys have any question, you can type it in the chat. I think we had a couple of people who joined. That was amazing. I don't know if you can see some names.
Thank you,
I want to do like shout out to my trainer, Real Life Fitness, the best.
and I think Ali was there too. Thank you, Ali.
Yes, I think so too.
Girl, you can still make it. You can still make it. Just let's book a flight
Listen,
and be.
listen. I know. It's like we're gonna have great, great fun. I'm gonna try to do my best to make it to people. We have to meet in New Jersey on the 28th, right?
Yes.
So I am so excited. I'm so happy for you.
Thank you.
And we wish you so much success, you
Thank
know.
you very much, dear.
And I can't wait for us to meet again so we can catching up with everything, right? And please get that flying license. I'm dying right now. Listen, I'm looking for adventure. I need to be safe. So I was like, oh my gosh, like, we gotta book this flight.
Right after the event, I will reach out and we're gonna meet up.
That would be so, listen, if you want to make me happy right now, make my year 2023. Listen, get the flying lesson. That's all I'm asking. That's all I'm asking.
Okay.
All right, guys. So that's all I had for you today. We were. I'm so grateful that you were able to have this chat with us. And like I said, we'll be catching up soon. And I hope you so much success in everything that you do. You're amazing. Raising these boys. Oh my gosh. Flying, it's so cool, not flying, being in the Air Force, and having your own business. You're such an inspiration, and I hope like people were able to learn from you, and you see you as the real inspiration that you are. So
All
thank
right.
you so much,
Thank you
and
so much. Thank you for having me. And thank you for everybody who joined the live. And if you don't live in New Jersey, that's going to be the right time for you to get to know New Jersey. And I can even take you to New York the next day. We can go and explore together, okay?
listen. All right, guys. So thank you for joining once again, and I'll see you tomorrow afternoon. Tomorrow I have a surprise, another surprise guest. I mean, it's no longer a surprise, I guess, anymore. Anyway, but yeah, we have for some more fun and some great conversation. So I'll see you
Okay.
tomorrow afternoon. Thanks
Okay.
again, Robin.
Good night, everybody.
All right. Have a great night.
Bye.
Bye.